feature is so generous. I do not have a 180-day streak. Yes, you do. Anyways, I know it's been a few days since I've pulled up on the politics. Overwatch was having shit go down. Shit was going down in Overwatch land. Anyways,
now to that.
My favorite thing that's happened is this, which I know we kind of covered this earlier in the week last week. Is very funny to me.
Extraordinary new front that the president of the United States is now taking his fight to, taking on.
We're fighting the Pope. Hook, line, and it was bad. It's gotten worse. I don't get why Trump is doing this.
The Pope and Pope Leo.
And on top of that, let me pull up as she talks.
Is responding a statement that no Pope has ever made before, or quite frankly, ever has had to make before. The Pope saying this morning.
This photo from Trump got released. Please don't be porn. Please don't be porn. Okay, I didn't let the... Yeah, Trump posted himself as Jesus. And then... Iran posted this shit. Yeah, Trump posted himself as Jesus and is fighting the Pope. Dude, where's the... Yes, Iran embassy of Tajikistan.
Has come. What is this?
Dude. Iran's embassy of Tajikistan is...
We're done. When I say we're done.
They have some great shit, dude. They have some great shit. I love their...
Warning that he has, quote, no fear of the Trump administration after President Trump went after him as if Pope Leo were just any other politician, saying the pontiff was, quote, weak on crime
when I ran for mayor,
for foreign policy.
I said I was going to attack.
Here is Pope Leo's message.
The message of the church, my message, the message of the gospel, blessed are the peacemakers. I do not look at my role as being political or politician. I don't want to get into a debate with him. I don't think that the message of the gospel is meant to be abused in the way that some people are doing. And I will continue to speak out loud against war.
CNN's Elena Treen is at the White House for us to start us off. This is quite a way to start a Monday, Elena.
Absolutely. I mean, a remarkable statement and comments you're hearing from Pope Leo XIV this morning. And they come, Kate, in response to the president issuing sharp criticisms against the first American pope. He had called the Bishop of Rome, quote, weak on crime and terrible for foreign policy, while also claiming that Pope Leo would not have been selected if it was not for the president himself.
I remember when Leo got selected. I was driving for Amazon at the time, and I was so ecstatic. I was so hype. Dude, I was like, oh my God. The American Pope got chosen, and it's such a fuck you to Trump. It was such a fuck you to Trump.
Trump doubled down on comments in person while speaking with reporters last night before posting an AI-generated image of himself that essentially portrayed him looking as if he were Christ the healer. But I do want you to take a listen to what we heard the president say last night.
He's a very liberal person, and he's a man that doesn't believe in stopping crime. He's a man that doesn't think that we should be toying with a country that wants a nuclear weapon so they can blow up the world. I'm not a fan of Pope Leo.
I'm not
4 months ago, Trump was saying that he loved Pope Leo.
Fan of Pope Leo. Look, just to give you a little context here, we had heard the Pope weigh in. I think initially he was, trying to refrain from criticizing the president or the Trump administration directly, but we have seen him become far more vocal when criticizing the U.S. war with Iran. Last week he condemned the president's rhetoric specifically after we saw President Trump issue that threat that a whole civilization would die tonight. Now, I want to give you a little context as well. It's very interesting, and what I'm going to be watching for.
Yeah, dude, Trump, man, like, come on.
Is what the 53 million Americans who are Catholic, who identify as Catholic, I would also say, put that in another number that's known as 20% of the voting public, remains to be seen what their reaction to this will be. Same with, I would note, among those, 20.
People in the comments were getting really upset with my take that this is really bad for the Trump admin because they think Catholics would side with Trump over the Pope. I just don't think he would.
Million Americans. That includes the First Lady Melania Trump, the Vice President J.D. Vance, the Secretary of State Marco Rubio, all of them as well identifying as Catholic. So just a remarkable, I think, war of words that we're seeing between the president and now having Pope Leo XIV respond this morning.
After the president criticized the Pope's anti-war stance and said he did not like him, the Pope this morning said he's not afraid of the Trump administration. And then reportedly, when asked about a Truth Social post, he pushed back saying, quote, it's ironic. The name of the site itself, say no more. Let's get to CNN Vatican correspondent Christopher Lamb, who is traveling with the Pope. You were in Algeria.
Siding with the Trump over the Pope would be
where
nuts.
those extraordinary comments were made.
I don't see it. I don't see it possible.
What did you hear?
Well, John, it was extraordinary and very strong comments from Pope Leo. Of course, I was among a group of journalists who travelled with the Pope to Algeria. He came to the back of the plane as his custom, and he was asked about Trump's Truth Social post, that extraordinary broadside against Pope Leo, and he had a consistent message that was, I'm not a politician, I don't want to get into a back and forth, but I'm going to continue to speak out. And he said, blessed are the peacemakers. Here is some more of what Leo had to say on board the plane.
I have no fear of the Trump administration nor speaking out loudly about the message of the gospel. And that's what I believe. I am confident with the church is called to. We're not politicians. We're not here to make foreign policies with the same perspective that we might understand it. But I do believe in the message of the gospel. Blessed are the peacemakers. It's a message that the world needs to hear. Thank you very much for clarifying.
Well, John,
I just don't get it. I don't get why we would pick a fight with Pope Leo. Like, there's zero reason to attack him. You're just going to lose ground. Yeah, why was Pope Leo? Pope Leo says he has no fear of Donald Trump. Is there anything else with Pope Leo specifically?
To elect an American Pope.
Yeah.
Little Baba Leo.
So in 2 days in Algeria, I think we've really had a...
God, I never expect him to sound like what he sounds like. I always forget what he sounds like.
Wonderful opportunity to, if you will, continue to build bridges, to promote dialogue. I think the visit to the mosque was significant to say that although we have different beliefs, we have different ways of worshiping, we have different ways of living, we can live together in peace. And so I think that to promote that kind of image is something which the world needs to hear today, and that together...
Yeah, I'm not surprised he's up. Isn't this guy from Chicago? He is! We love Pope Leo. He's the WOPE 2.0.
I think it's affected a lot of Catholics back in the U.S. We're really upset as to what he said. I grew up as a Catholic person, and...
Dude, this guy looks like a jackass. I'm sorry, but if you're wearing your jacket like this, like, you're probably a rich kid.
Fuori luogo. Le cose stanno diventando esagerate.
Tends to be subservient to the U.S. in any case. But this is not the case. A pope must be a pope. He must respond to a wider community. And if he sees that Trump's policy risks to give a distorted view of the United States, I think the Pope is helping the United States as well, not just the United States, to find the right path.
Yeah, dude, I don't know why Trump would ever pick a fight with Pope Leo. You're just losing ground. You're losing ground on the people that you desperately need, which are your Catholics. Like, Trump desperately needs the Catholic base to be able to move forward in future, political endeavors. Because, hold on, what is Trump approval rating with Catholics? USA Today, Pope Leo, Trump's approval rating is net negative, which various polls showing disapproval rating is 57%. Pope Leo the 14th is viewed favorably by a majority of Americans. I don't think any specific polls. Trump's average of polling rating on April 14th, 40% approve, 57% disapprove. Silver Bulletin, 39% approve, 57% disapprove. Real Clear Politics, 41% approve, 57% disapprove. Wow, his disapproval is so fucking high. 84% of U.S. Catholics had a favorable view of Pope Leo and 4% of unfavorable. Damn. Yeah, like, that's the thing. Like, so many people love the Pope. I just don't get it. Why would you ever pick a fight with have a happy day, make sure every day is a great day? And Dino, you're being so positive. Thank you. I don't know. It's an obvious blunder. Dude, Democrats are going to fucking stomp the midterms. They are going to stomp the midterms and then completely sell when it comes to 2028. That's my prediction. I don't trust Democrats to do anything positive. I'll take it all back. Fuck you. Fuck you. I don't trust Democrats to have a good foothold in the 2028 election. Like, I see nothing for the future. I think AOC is what they're gonna go with when it comes to like potential president candidate, which I would back that. I would back AOC every day of the week. If it's Gavin Newsom, I'm not voting. I've said this for a while now. I don't know. Good luck, Democrats. Don't fuck it up, because this is such a blunder, man. This is like more than a blunder. This is just fucking stupid. I don't get it. I whatever, man. Let them fucking kill themselves.